Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Back with a series 2 today, and the issue we have is that I'm getting air in my fuel system even after it's been fully bled off. And I noticed this after I fit the speedo cable the other day. I routed it the wrong way around the fuel return line here. So I took the fuel return line off to reroute it the correct way, and I noticed that this line was completely dry, had no fuel in it. So I've been through, I've bled it, and the problem I'm getting is that there's continuously air coming out the top of here. And I thought some of you might have a similar issue, so I'll go through explaining the fault finding method and what the cause is, in this case anyway. So looking into the engine bay, there's several things that could cause air coming into your fuel system. One of them could be like a pinhole in one of the fuel hoses. In my case, all the fuel hoses are brand new, so I doubt it's that. You could have a loose connection on maybe one of your injector return lines, and I've gone through, changed all the copper washers on them, make sure that's okay. And then the other culprit, and most likely I think, based on the standard of them now, is the lift pump down there. They just seem to be of a really poor quality nowadays, and don't last. I think that's got maybe 1 or 2 hours on it, and in this case that is a culprit, but I'll show you through how I found it. So the first thing I've done here, I've fitted a 12 volt fuel pump to the tank, so connected it up to the suction of the tank there, and then that's discharging into the fuel system. There's no issue running an electric fuel pump in series with the mechanical lift pump. The only issue you might come into is if the diaphragm splits on your lift pump, this electric pump will just pump diesel fuel into your oil. So that's one thing you need to be wary of. But it's not a bad idea to have one fitted, maybe on a switch on your dashboard, so that if you do run out of fuel or you need to prime it, it's a lot better to do it with an electric fuel pump rather than priming by hand. So connect this up and see what we see. Okay, so I've put some paper towel and rag underneath the fuel filter housing there just to avoid any mess. And so we're going to plug in the fuel pump. So that's now running. What I can do is come over to this side. We'll crack this open. You can see that's just a lot of air coming, and this pump could run for 10-15 minutes. It's still going to be this air coming out. But what we can hear down on this side is some gargling, and that I believe is coming from the lift pump there. So most likely there's a small hole on the suction side of the lift pump that's causing air to be sucked in. And if I was to close this, and I won't throw the spanner in there. It won't do any harm for this fuel pump to run. It's just going to go back to the return. But you can still hear down there there's something not quite right, or there's some air getting in. And then when I open this to let the air out, you can hear it again. So again, in this case, I'm pretty confident it's the lift pump. Like I said, they don't seem to last very long nowadays. The quality isn't there. If you can rebuild your old pump, if you have an original pump, that's a much better solution. But if it's not the lift pump, and let's say you have old fuel hoses, it's worth taking a look through all them, have a look for any leaks, see if you can hear it on the hose, feel a little bit of a suction coming in, and yeah, maybe you don't notice it when it's running, if there's a small leak. But you'll likely get it that if it's sat for a while and maybe struggles to start, you need to bleed off the fuel again, and that'll be the issue, is that you've either got a hole somewhere in the line or on the fuel pump. It can also be on the injection pump here, but this one is not getting any air into it. I've tried bleeding that off, that's fine. So it's getting to the air's getting trapped up at the top before coming to the injection pump, which tells me it's sort of on that side of the system. So there you are, guys. I hope this video helped you out, helped you get some fault finding done on your Land Rover. If it did help you out, just give me a like and subscribe. Thank you.